Hello, my name's Milbourne. I'm a guide at Durham Cathedral and I've been a guide for 3 years now. Today I'd like to talk to you about Anthony Bek. Anthony Bek was one of the most flamboyant bishops that Durham had. He was a statesman, he was a soldier, as well as being a diplomat. He worked for 3 kings. He worked for Henry III, I beg your pardon, Edward I and Edward II. Most of his lifetime was spent serving Edward I, who became a close personal friend. Anthony Bek was elected to be the Bishop of Durham, and when he came, there'd recently been a visit to Durham, or an attempted visitation by the people from York, and it had been resisted. So when Bek was consecrated in York a few months later, the Archbishop the next day asked him to excommunicate everybody in Durham, and Bek answered that he would not do that because, having only yesterday being appointed their bishop, how would he today excommunicate them? And so that was him setting the ground for the way that he would run his bishopric. He stayed at Durham for a long time, 28 years or so, during which time he did serve the king and various other people in diplomatic roles and so on, but he never lost sight of the fact that he was the Bishop of Durham, and he kept a good eye on looking after the way their finances and so on were kept, and he enhanced that, and he enhanced the standing of the cathedral as a shrine for Cuthbert. Later on in his life, he paid more attention to Durham as he grew older. He was one of the first bishops of Durham to have a coat of arms. If you look at the coat of arms board and the board of bishops at the side of the shrine, you will see there are various shields there, and Bishop Bek's shield is the first one that you look at to try and trace where the various shields are. He's also buried in Durham, in the cathedral itself, in the Nine Altars Chapel, and it's there that he ended his days. He's the first bishop after St Cuthbert and St Bede to be buried in the cathedral. He was novice from 1283 to 1311, and one of his last duties for the king and for the church in general was to sort the Knights Templar out in England. This he did with great success. Unfortunately, he didn't live to see the fruits of his work, as the Templars were abolished a year after he died. Thank you very much for watching this, and I hope you come and visit the cathedral sometime. Thank you.